How's it going, YouTube? Today will be about Watch Dogs. Now, usually I would take the camera and show you the box of my collector's edition that I have, but since I've got Adobe Premiere, I might be able to take a picture of it and place it here for you. This collector's edition I didn't pre-order when it came out, obviously, because I didn't start until like 2017. But I got it off of eBay about a year or so ago. Now, Watch Dogs is a cool game with the cool idea of hacking a city where just about everything is hackable. I'm not saying it's a good game either, so let's talk about it. Now, we all know about the massive letdown with E3 with the demo versus the actual gameplay, where it was toned down a lot and didn't quite look the same, which, to be honest, made the taste in people's mouths a bit sour, so they didn't really play it. But that didn't stop me, mainly because I didn't play anything properly until 2018 because of AC Origins, but I don't really care about bugs or glitches or how bad a game. I still played Cyberpunk 2077 the day it launched. So I don't care about the bugginess of games. I enjoy games without having to worry about bugs because I just care about the gameplay and the story. So by the time I got to Watch Dogs, most of the issues have been addressed and the talk about it wasn't so much. Plus, when I picked it up, it was around Christmas time in 2018 at EB Games, so they had like the Christmas sale, so I believe it was like $15 to $20 I picked it up for. So, like I mentioned earlier, the premise of the game is quite different from what I used to play and what I play now, whereas this is the only hacking game I've played, with exception to Watch Dogs 2 and Watch Dogs Legion. There hasn't been any other game I have played where hacking is your main weapon. The motive, however, for the game isn't unique. It's not that good. Like, it's the classic motive: someone kills either one of your family members or someone you love, so you track them down to kill them, then they're working for someone who's bigger and higher up, who's controlling the whole city. So it's I don't like those types of motives. I think they're really overdone and not done particularly well, especially in the Watch Dogs case. Now, it isn't helped by the fact that Aiden Pierce, the main protagonist of the game, is so bland and boring and emotionless and just, you're like a freaking robot. Like, it's hard to tell when he feels sad or feels anything, to be quite honest, because he talks in such a plain way. Now, I do that sometimes too, so I sort of know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. This obviously wasn't the first Ubisoft game I've played. I had obviously played the Assassin's Creed games before that. I hadn't played The Crew or Ghost Recon or anything like that, but I knew Ubisoft was capable of making okay and shit games. This one is not necessarily in the shit category, but it's a bit there. So you've got like good, okay, it's okay, oh, it could have been a lot better, and then shit. It could have been a lot better. So you play as Aiden Pierce, who is a master hacker, apparently. In the beginning of the game, you're hacking, I believe it's called the Merlot, with your partner Damien Branks to steal a lot of money. You almost get caught by another hacker who was hacking as well to find you. Apparently they sort of did, which leads your niece to get killed in a car accident. Basically, your sister, I believe, she somewhat blames you for that, but I don't think it's addressed that much. So the next few missions, you find out who it is or whatever, to find out that you're working for Lucky Quinn, who is like the underground person who controls the entire city and stuff, which he's decent. Like, you see him a few times, so that's okay. Because as I explained in my Gears of War video, With General Ram, you see him once, that's it, and then boom. Like Quinn, you see him a couple of times before you kill him, and I actually understand his motive. I believe that shortly after that, your sister Nikki gets kidnapped, and the person who kidnapped her told you to look at the screen. Like after that, your sister gets kidnapped, and you find out that it's Damien Branks for some fucking reason. Yeah, obviously I know the reason. It's because he wants your help with that, but I don't understand. I do not understand. Obviously, he wants your help with trying to find out who the other hacker was, but kidnapping his sister, it's it'll make some blackmail for him to do your work, but it'll also make him a lot of angry and want to kill you. So why he did that, I got no clue, my bro. It beats me. So basically, you find that there's this corrupt video that he needs some retired hacker to figure out, to decode it, because it's his hack, like Raymond Kenny, or he went by T-Bone. So you need to break into the Bloom, which is the company who made all the whole of Chicago electronic, I think is the right term. Surely if you're listening to this and understand it, you hopefully understand what I'm trying to say. But you find that out and all that. Now, between that part and the ending, I cannot really remember much. Either that's because the missions there are so boring, I just choose not to remember it, or my memory is actually crap. To make me feel slightly better, I'm going to go with that the missions aren't particularly memorable. But basically, near the end, you find your sister through means of narrowing her location, because Damien does something that I was quite confused on. He lets you call Nikki on the phone a few times. I believe it's like 3 or 4. And that's how you narrow down where she could possibly be. Now, I'm no expert or anything, but if you know someone is a hacker and you let them talk to someone on the phone who they want to find, then they're going to find that person. You as a hacker should know that yourself, Damien. Why you let them talk on the phone is beyond me. But hey, you do you. It's your fault. Nothing I can do about it. So, once you find out where she is, you guide her to an exit with the use of the security cameras, telling her when to move and that. You reunite her with her son, so your nephew, Jax, who's a brother to the niece who got killed. I cannot remember her name. I think maybe you heard the name once and that was it, so I cannot remember. Now, like I said, if you are actually listening to what I'm saying and taking in what I say, you will notice I haven't talked about Clara or Bad Boy 17 for a good reason. I feel like she was used mainly as filler in between missions, as extra dialogue, because sure, you see her a couple of times and she helps you with phone calls and stuff, but I don't feel much or remember much with Clara. I know you help her escape the hotel you're living at, you find the bunker, and she dies. It's basically all I remember. She wasn't that great. Plus, from memory, anytime Aiden and Clara interacted together, in actual face-to-face interactions, I felt were kind of awkward, and they didn't need to be. They felt sort of out of place, which just doesn't jive with me. I don't like that. I'm awkward myself and I hate it. So to see other people have awkward conversations and interactions makes me feel worse. But anyway, she dies sometime before the end at the graveyard of your niece because she feels responsible, and it's. I just remember thinking, all right, she's dead. I don't lose anything valuable. Like, it's just another dead body. Like, I know that's not what Ubisoft wanted. They wanted you to feel something, but I just didn't feel anything because I just felt that she was filler and not really necessary. Ubisoft know how to make likable side characters. You've got Ezio's sister and mother from Assassin's Creed. You've got Captain Kidd and Blackbeard from Assassin's Creed. Like, they know how to make likable characters. Now, I know that Watch Dogs and Ubisoft are in... Now, I know Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed are in different departments of Ubisoft, so made by different people. But if Watch Dogs wanted to make a likable side character, they just had to phone up the AC team. Was like, yo, we want to make this side character that people like because she's going to die. Oh, yeah, you want to do that? Yeah, we can help you with that. That wouldn't have been so hard, really. I know it doesn't work like that, but in my eyes, that's what they should have done, basically. The last mission was a tad challenging from the previous missions, which was good because the last mission should be challenging. I've played lots of games where the last mission is either as challenging as the rest of the game or less challenging than the rest of the game. For a last mission to be a bit more challenging is good, obviously, because it provides that tiniest little bit of learning curve, which is, at least I think it's good. So you need to hack, I think it's either the whole of Chicago or the whole world at once. So you go to the place, you can't hack it because Damien has put jammers on them or something. So there's 3 places you need to go. You do one, you think, oh yeah, it's not that hard. And then Damien, do Damien knows what you're up to, so he puts false ones. So he puts false ones all over the map. So there's 30 of them, and you have to remember which one's the real one. Not to mention, he's trying to make the police come after you, so you constantly got the police scanning to find your location. Plus, I believe he's also hacking everything around you, so the traffic lights, the steam pipes, the bridges, all that stuff. I like it. That's cool. It provides a bit of a breakup. So after you figure out which 3 you need to hack, you go back to the building to try and hack it. You're contacted by the group DedSec, who are the shadow hackers, who are Robin Hood hackers, Hack for Good, I think. I cannot remember. But they want Aiden to not do it and to team up with them. Aiden basically tells them to fuck off, and he does it anyway. You find out where Damien is. He's on a lighthouse somewhere outside the city. So you just take a boat there to go kill him. Now, there's also another side character I didn't mention as well. Geordie. You have about the same interaction as him. You have about the same amount of interaction with Geordie as you do with Clara. Both in phone calls and face-to-face, I feel. The same amount of time. They weren't awkward conversations, really. They were a bit on the funny side because Geordie was a bit more funny, which was fine. I like that. But again, I just felt he was filler. Didn't really need to be there. Sure, you can say, oh, but he was holding that guy hostage to help you or whatever. It's I don't understand why you were holding him hostage for, but I mean, if you want to get paid to do that, sure. So Geordie shows up in the cutscene, basically turns on you almost because he apparently, I think he got hired for someone else to pay a bit more money to kill you. You use your slow-mo thing to knock him aside and then kill Damien. Geordie escapes. He's he lives, I assume. You kill Damien, and that's it. Then the cool credits roll, where you've got like the TV screens about what's happening with like the hacker information that you'd leaked about the woman you were trying to find in the video, about DedSec, the news. I like that I like that when end credits do that sort of thing. It was a fun game. Could have been a bit better. The missions could have been a bit more challenging. But other than that, it was okay. So let's rank it. For the story and like for the actual story behind it, wasn't really too bad considering what I said about the beginning about the motive. 8 out of 10. The way the story was told could have been done a lot better. I didn't really understand some of the missions sometimes about what I was doing. 6 out of 10. For the side characters, they were completely lacking. Nikki, Jax, Geordie, Clara, they were lacking as well at all. For all the side characters, Nikki, Geordie, Clara, Jax, Damien, they were lacking so much. 4.5 out of 10. Aiden Pierce as the main character was fine. I felt he could have showed a bit more emotion and acted a bit more human. 6 out of 10. Gameplay is fun as hell. Hacking traffic lights to make car crashes, bridges, steam pipes, all that. Hilarious and a great time. 7.5 out of 10. Which I think rounded to about a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's Watch Dogs. Let me know your comments down below about what you think about Watch Dogs. But anyway, that's it for me today. Please hit the like and the subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. My main goal is just to get to 100,000 subscribers. Then I'll be happy. So anyway, hope you all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.